Hello and Assalamu alaikum, everybody. How are you doing? This is Hasnan from Kuala Lumpur, and with me is Dr. Sufyan on the extreme, maybe left or right, I don't know. And in the middle, we have Kiwan. Yeah. So can you both gentlemen introduce yourself very quickly? We have three viewers already. That's cool. Okay.
All right, so
Please
I'll go
unmute
first.
yourself.
Yeah, my name is Sufyan Akram,
Go ahead. Go
and
ahead. Yes.
I am from Charles Darwin University in Darwin, Australia. Have been teaching medical and allied health courses for almost 15 years now, and a big fan of using technology, in learning and teaching. So really looking forward to the session.
Thanks. Yes, Kiwan, it's your turn.
A very warm good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of the viewers and those who are going to join us later on. I'm Kayvan Ahmadi, and I'm currently teaching in a medical university in Lincoln, once the city to the tallest building in the world about 350 years ago. Been in academia for the past 14 years, and I quite like the involvement of technology and learning from gurus of technology.
Thanks. Thanks for the introduction. Okay, so as usual, this is our sixth week. And again, credit goes to Kiwan who organized me. and for last 6 weeks, we are conducting these sessions. So every session, your name will be mentioned, even you are present or not, Kiwan. And thanks to Dr. Sufyan also. And this is, I think, his third session with us. So quite committed, and we will be having some sessions from him also. So let's start. So today, as you mentioned, as you could see, the title of our session, live session, is about engagement tools, and I'm talking about podcasts, right? And when we talk about podcasts, so we can use for many purposes, like you can even have a teaser before your actual session, actual lecture, or before your workshop. You could just release 5 minutes, 3 minutes summary of your workshop in a podcast. And the tool we will be exploring today is called Anchor. And I just came to know today that they also do monetize their podcasts. So if you start using Anchor, you may have a chance to earn some money. It all depends on people who will be listening to your podcast. They can give awards or rewards to you, right? Or big companies can sponsor your podcast. It all depends on the quality of your content. So let me share my screen, and those who just join in from different platforms, do say hi in the chat and let us know from where you're watching our live broadcast. And feel free to ask questions or give any comments you want, and I will keeping eye on the chat box and see if we're able to answer your concerns. So let me share my screen. Okay, so I will be making the screen as a full. Okay, and for others, we will be at the back, right? So just to confirm, you're seeing. So let me copy the links in the chat. What you need to do, just type in anchor.fm. This is how you could go and create your profile. I will highly recommend to create your profile because a lot of statistics, a lot of analytics can be provided in your dashboard. Um, okay, so link is shared already in the chat. You can actually go and create your own profile. And meantime, I would like to share a video which actually explains basics of Anchor. Right? Let's see how it goes.
You put a lot of time, energy, and effort in creating your podcast. We believe you should be rewarded for that. Introducing Ads by Anchor, a better way for podcasters to earn without compromising the listener experience. There are three flexible options. First up, ambassador ads. Once you're eligible, you can start earning money by telling others about Anchor in your podcast. Then there's automated ads, which allows creators to tap into top brands through the Spotify Audience Network. Simply select where you'd like sponsor-read ads to appear. They'll be automatically inserted and tailored to listeners' interests. And for Anchor creators with the highest listener engagement, there's premium sponsorships. We'll match you with brands that want to advertise on your show. You pick which ones to read for in your own voice. Podcast monetization is within reach for creators and easier than ever with Ads by Anchor. Made for everyone, powered by Spotify.
Yeah, you notice also like Anchor is bought by Spotify, right? So Spotify is also a very big company when it comes to sound, music, audio-based content, right? Okay, so this was, I thought it was a featured ad, but it is more on how to engage with the sponsors program uh, by like signing up for ads and all that. So what you need to do, just log in. Once you log in to your profile, this is how it appears. On first will be your dashboard, and here they call all episodes. Okay, it's like series of drama and all that, where you have episodes. So same goes with Anchor podcast. You could start with episodes. Okay, this what I'm showing you is a dashboard, right? You can any question? Is that clear so far?
Yes, Hassan, it's quite clear, but I think we have this inherent challenge with the apps that as you're sharing
Mm-hmm.
your screen, your voice breaks, and
Ah,
there's a little bit of lag time. And I'm pretty sure it has got nothing to do with our connectivity and internet. I think it is an issue with apps.
how about Dr. Sufyan, your side? Yeah, quite strange. Yeah, so maybe we need
Yeah,
to
so yeah,
pass.
a couple of times, I couldn't hear you, but generally it's all right. Yeah, but once you start sharing screen,
Hmm.
there is some lag in
Okay.
your voice actually. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Although the signal is showing like green and 3 bars out of 4. So let's see. I will go slowly, and hopefully it will be clear. So what I'm showing you now is actually I already logged in, and the moment you logged in, so you will be shown your dashboard, and you could see episodes. So episodes is the way we can create our podcast, and maybe as podcast is the short audio content, so you can have one topic, many episodes, right? And you could actually start creating. So let me show you how we can create a podcast or episode. So if you click new episode, okay, so this is how it starts. So the first thing they will ask you to record, capture audio from your browser. By clicking that, just now I tried before this session, but if I try now, because my mic and all that camera is used by HAPS. So what you need to do, click this, and it's very simple. You just need to start recording your voice, and once it's recorded, then it will be saved into your library, or you can drag and drop your existing recording of your podcast by simple clicking. For Windows, we have Recorder. Okay, so if you click, just search voice recorder, a very simple way, and you start recording your voice, right? By clicking this button. I'm not clicking because my current mic and sound system, everything is belong to now apps. Okay, so I don't want to click that. But this is another way you could start recording, or even your own phone. You just use your mobile phone, record your voice, and then transfer that file to your computer. via Bluetooth or by any other mean. And then you could upload in the podcast. Let me show you again. Here, you can drag and drop an audio file here, and then you could actually take it to your episode, this recording, and once you are done, then you could actually publish it, like review your episode first and then you could publish it. It is actually taking some time to convert our voice into a published version. And I can, let's see if whether it's playable or not. Yeah, so you have even library also and messages, and then transition, like any free music you could add or part of your uh, podcast. Okay, once you are saved, then this is how you could actually create. Um, in here episode, you can start putting title. You can just put test. Okay, description also for time being test. And when you want to publish now, and you can even add in poll also. This is a latest edition. Because of Spotify, they are giving a lot of features here, and you could add in, you see, your art or anything you want here. And you see here they have, let me pick this. And and here they have a season number. You see here, I can change that, and episode number, right? After that, you click next and just give podcast name. I'm just using test. Select category you want. Okay, so we'll go for maybe education. Language you can select English and click continue. Choose your cover art. So now they're again asking, right? Or I can actually use my own image as for time being. So this is how you're like creating an album, if you recall, digital album, right? And where you can put that, all these details you need to put in. See the font size and all that you could adjust, and even can align, see the test and all that. Um, Last time was very simple, just 3 clicks and we can publish podcasts. But nowadays they have added in more features to include. Yeah. So you see here your podcast is ready, and even they have prepared the cover page and all that, and you can click publish, and you're almost live there. Okay, continue. So this is your link. So either you can use Spotify link on top or your anchor link. So let me try if I can copy this and share it in the chat and see. Oops, I cannot select. Why? Okay, here they have put RSS distribution. Let's try see that. Let me put in the link, and can you click and check whether it's successful or not? Yeah, and there are different platforms where they allow us to publish our podcasts. Okay. Any question, Kiwan or Dr. Sufyan?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Hasnan, yeah. So, have
Yes.
you been using podcast in any of your programs at IMU, and what sort of feedback you're getting from students if you're using it?
Okay. Um, when we are talking about university, yes, we tried implemented in a library where we ask students to summarize a book or record a book review as a podcast. So what we are doing, we are putting a QR code on like on physically on the book, and if you go online there will be a link for a podcast to listen to review done by students about that particular book. And we have tried for workshop also. So before workshop we can record, ask all our facilitators to come and sit, record 3 minutes or 1 minute each, and facilitator will explain what this workshop is all about as a podcast, and then we share that link to all our participants who registered. That's so far we are doing, and there are many other ways you can actually ask. Maybe you can submit as assignment to students to record a podcast after every lecture, after every session. They should submit a summary of that. So that's what so far I can think of. uh, how about Kiwan, if you want to add anything?
Well, Hasnain, we have used the same technology, but I'm not sure whether it's Anchor, but it's podcast to create 1 minute, 3 minute, and 10 minutes stories or briefings of a book or a written piece of arts or humanities or even science. And it is available in the library free of charge. Basically, the headphones are provided, and the students could go choose the QR code or even decide what story they're looking for, and then they can decide to go for a minute story, 3 minutes, or 10 minutes. It
Yeah.
became quite popular at the beginning, but I think it has kind of died off because
Hmm.
such things they have their peak, and then they have their trough, and then
Yes.
eventually they plateau.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Kivan. Like, but it all depends on how creative we are. What we are doing. Like, whenever I'm traveling, I make sure that I download on phone 2, 3 podcasts. If I'm going alone, driving alone, and then I will play in the car. So while driving, you could actually listen to a full-fledged talk, which you could not attend as a podcast. So most of the websites nowadays, even on conferences, they are putting this as a built-in feature. So that's another way which I would suggest we can use podcast. But totally, I agree with you. Like, yes, we need to be creative. If we are delivering in the same way, same content, yeah, our learners will get bored easily, and then the usage will be going down. Yes, Dr. Sufyan.
Yes. Yeah. So I was just thinking, how can we implement this in biomedical sciences? In biomedical science, it's a very visual experience. You have images, you have pictures, you have videos the students will learn from. So, identifying areas which can be communicated by simply an audio, uh, and having an impact. So I'm just thinking, where can we apply such a tool, maybe to
Hmm.
introduce students to a topic using a podcast. Give them a brief
Yeah.
summary of what is important, and then following that podcast, they can then engage in other tools which are more visual, with videos
Hmm.
and other stuff. So,
Yeah.
any other ideas, Kevan, that you could
Yes.
think of?
Go ahead, Kivan.
Absolutely, Sufyan. For the biomedical sciences, correct me if I'm wrong, do they need to learn about, for example, drug receptor interactions on the surface of the cell membrane or Krebs cycle,
They
etc.?
do,
If you could give me
yes.
a topic, all right. So what we could do is basically,
Hmm,
some of these mechanisms are really laborious, they are boring.
exactly.
What we
Yeah.
could do is we say, let's create these podcasts of audio
Hmm.
on, for example, mechanism of action of salbutamol on the lungs, and then play it for the students, and then ask the students to visualize what they have heard and the best visualization would automatically mean that podcast has been the most clear one.
All right. That's a
And
creative way of thinking. Yeah, yeah.
kind of,
I like
yeah.
that. Yeah. All right.
Did we miss our Hasnain?
Hasnan
Ah,
is, where is he? He's gone.
yeah, he's got signed out.
We lost him. We lost our host. What are we doing now? We are headless chickens now.
Well, he'll be back hopefully.
Maybe
The link that he
strong.
provided, did he work? It doesn't work for me when
No,
I
it did.
click
It
on
didn't
into
work
the
for me.
anchor.
For me, it didn't work. Yeah, no, it didn't work.
Yeah,
It goes
it,
to Haps.
yeah.
What happened,
Oh yeah.
Hasnan? There, you
Yeah,
disappeared.
it's my side. I don't know. My machine need to be, I think, formatted or something. It hangs. I wanted to bring you all live. So when I click stop presenting,
Hmm.
it actually hangs. So we are back. No worries. Yes,
All right.
continue if you
Fantastic.
want. Sorry.
All right. Well, Hassan, I think the question was these are podcasts are very audio, but there's audio in them, but sciences like biomedical sciences, pharmacology, therapeutics, they're quite visual because you want to talk about cell structure, the interactions between things. And I suggested that basically the assignment could be students listening to an audio podcast and then visualize what they have heard.
Hmm. Yeah. You're right because podcast is for audio based content. But if you want more visual based, I think I would suggest Flipgrid, which is very, very visual or video based content. So maybe we can have another session where we could explore Flipgrid, where even respond is also where learner have to come in front of camera and record it. So that's where I would suggest like Flipgrid would be best. But just use podcasts where, like just now I gave you example, like while waiting for in a clinic or you're shopping, going to shopping. Sometimes you're hearing music, like so. Just imagine our learner replace music, listening to songs or music, listening to our podcast. And you just imagine the impact of learning would be how much.
Wish I had a sweet voice.
Yeah, that's where we have to actually pray. Yes, Kivan.
No, I'm saying that Sufyan does have a sweet
No,
voice
Kevan, you,
Yeah.
you
already.
you
So
do, man. I listen to your podcast, so I'm looking
Yes.
forward to your first podcast, Kevan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Anchor is
you know
free.
what? I'm thinking of.
Go
Sorry.
ahead. Go ahead, Kivan. Yes.
Yeah, I have to consider this lag time. Yeah, I'm thinking of something, and then maybe at the end of the this session, we would be having a little bit of chat about it to complement what just Sufyan suggested.
Yeah.
Hasnain, before I get the lag time again, the link you provided to us on the message
Yeah.
box, anchor.fm, doesn't work for me. I'm unable to
It
click
didn't
on it.
work for
I
me.
mean, I
Yeah.
click on it, but it doesn't take me anywhere.
Hmm.
Sure. If
No, it
you
didn't work.
go to your open a new browser and just put search Anchor. I want you
Oh yes,
to.
that way it does work, but the link that you
Yeah.
provided based on your album or podcast, it doesn't
Hmm.
work
Yes.
on Haps, I think.
Okay. So it's something with the chat message itself. But what you can do if you go to Google and just Google Anchor,
Yeah.
and I think, and if you are there, you could. The second link, of course, will be not working also, right?
The first link does work. The second one doesn't work yet. The one that was
Ah,
your
I
album
see.
created.
Hmm.
I think
Okay,
Haps
okay.
gets the ownership of it and it contains it within its own platform.
Hmm.
So it doesn't let it get
So
out of a Haps platform.
it shouldn't be like that. But let me try again and share with you the link. Just now I we have published, and they shared the link. Okay, what you need to do.
If you have a
Uh,
link to any other podcast you have published, you can share that one with us, just to have an idea. How.
yeah. Okay. Let me try that. What I need to test myself first. Anchor.
So Hassan, as you're doing
Yes. Yes.
that, let's say if I like to interview, for example, Sufyan using podcast or Anchor.
Yeah.
Is that a possibility or no? Is not a
Yes,
possibility.
yes, there is a possibility. The only thing what Anchor requires from you is the audio of your interview. That's it.
Also, it means the interview needs to happen elsewhere, and then the audio files would be published using Anchor. I
Yeah,
cannot
yeah.
use Anchor to do the interview directly.
Ah, okay. Good question. I yet to try that live. You are creative. I yet to try that. Let me explore. But so far, there was no option where you collaboratively do a session live. But you raise a very good point. So let's try. But what I would suggest to you, you can use any platform. For example, I don't want to promote maybe WhatsApp or Telegram or any other platform, and you start your interview, audio interview, and record it. A lot of phones nowadays they have this voice recorder application, and once you record that, you could even cut unnecessary things which you don't want to share, and then you upload that audio into Anchor. But what you raise, I think if Anchor technical team is listening to K1, please put in this feature. It would be a great success, a great hit,
Okay.
I would say. Live,
Interview
Anchor,
feature.
yeah,
Yeah.
live interview, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Then the link you have posted is still not
yes.
working. It takes us to your profile, actually, your HAPS profile.
Are you sure? Anchor.fm/s. Okay, you try. Don't click this. It's somehow
Okay.
maybe conflict of interest. Maybe has don't want to share Anchor. But what you need, because I have tested that.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, Topa Khan saying nice to see you. Thanks. Yeah, she's my sister and she's from Lahore. So thanks for watching us. Yeah. Okay, so what you could do, I tried already, I open in a separate tab. What you can do, just type in anchor.fm/Asnan Zafar 5. When I click
Okay.
that, it is showing me the test just now I have created, and I could hear all the recordings. And let me try another thing. Now it's showing me a share icon. And the cool thing is I can get iframe also, so you can embed in your own blog, or try this last link I have shared. Hopefully this will work. This is the link I got when I click share. Is it
It
working?
doesn't allow me still.
No, this one is
Okay.
working. This one is working. I can see your picture,
So you scroll down,
and
there will be
and
a play icon here.
yeah, it is there. Test play. Yeah, I can. Yeah,
Okay. Ivan, you need to check, maybe it's on your browser. Sometime certain countries they block these kind of social medias. Hopefully UK is not.
Sorry, no,
Not.
I stay corrected. When I clicked on the link and then clicked on the second link, it allowed me to go to the page.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, correct. Yeah, because
No, this
how.
one is working. Yeah.
Hmm. So how I got this by clicking share, and I
Okay.
could get the iframe link also of my podcast, and I can embed anywhere I want.
Right.
Okay. So any other questions or any other idea? I think today very innovative question I got from Kiwan, and few other questions which Dr. Sufyan asked. So that's how I'm learning also. And hopefully the audience will also learn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a specific question, but maybe Kievan and Hasnan, if you both can just help me here. These days you have a lot of these platforms coming up. You make an account, and then sometimes you lose track of all these platforms. Here you are. How do you keep track of what you're using, and feedback from all different platforms? How do you keep track of all this?
Kiwan, go first.
Sure, very good question indeed, Sofyan. I think for me it's quite simple because I have an account and username on Haps TV only. it shouldn't be considered an advertisement for them. I don't have a huge digital footprint on social media because I know myself, I'm unable to keep track of all those. But to be honest, I'm yet to find out the platform that actually would help me 100% to do what I want to do. And I will talk about what I want to do later on with you guys off record. But I'm pretty sure that I would need to find the most suitable platform and keep using it. That's it. Instead of having many usernames and passwords. Sorry, I don't think it would answer your question, but
Yeah, just
Mm.
to I will try my best to answer what Dr. Sufyan asked.
Okay.
I normally use Listly and another platform which I'm forgetting now. You see, how bad is that? Because if I could recall that, I think I did one of the broadcasts. The platform will allow you to list down. It's a free platform. You can go in, sign up, categorize on one page, for example, like screen capturing tool, and you list down your tools, and it will rank your tools based on your favorite tools, and audience also can uh, rate them. So that's why even I use another. Let me share that list. Is that what your question, Dr. Sufyan?
So Hasnan, it seems you're using a platform every day of the year. So 365.
That platform, like for example, Pinterest is one of the platforms, social bookmarking. So what
Okay.
I'm trying to say, you need this
Hmm.
kind of tools which will list down topmost tools in that category, and you no need
Okay.
to remember. But
Right.
regarding remembering password, which Kivan was saying, um, I think off the record I will share my secret, but you need to keep somewhere that record, list of all those tools and what is the ID and password. Okay. If you go Google Prof. Jane Hart, she do every year survey about tools, top 100 tools, and you can take part also. Uh, list down your own tools, and she focus more on um, teaching and learning tools, right? And let me share that link. Hopefully, this link will work. That's another like frequent visiting page for me to refer. If anyone asks me like which tool I should use for this or any particular purpose, can you click the link I have shared in the chat, and you could even filter it like workplace based learning or education, personalized learning. So now even she's raising to 300 tools. But what I would be suggesting, just focus on top 10 tools and make sure 5 to 6 tools we should know. Then you can survive. Can you get access to that
Yes.
page? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I could see. Yeah, yeah, I could
yeah.
see. Yeah.
So
So
every
that's a good
every
place where things are listed, and there's a a list. Which one is top, um, based on reviews and maybe usage feedback. Yeah. Another thing that we have to be mindful, I think, when using a tool is accessibility. By the students. If we are using a particular learning management system in our institution, does it integrate into our LMS? So I think all those factors are important in choosing the right tool. LMS integration, student access, and of course cost. Most of these are free usually, but sometimes if you have a bigger user number, then you might have to pay. So all these factors are important, I suppose.
Yeah. So I mean, most of these tools will provide you iframe feature. So when they have iframe, like for example, Padlet or other, you name anything, if you can have iframe feature, you can copy that code. That would be embedded inside
And you
your
can embed,
course.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you're right. When the number increases, most of these free tools come companies will charge you because they are meant for individual use, and suddenly you switch it. But during COVID, most of expensive companies or like topmost companies, edutech companies, they give free access to complement this working or studying from home and things like that. So yeah, there is always option to try free tool, like as Kiwan already said, he will try the first basic one, free version, always. And then if you really like it, yeah, then you have to pay some amount, right? So that's all. Just to summarize what we explored today, we explored Anchor, which is bought by Spotify, and Anchor is a platform which we could use for podcasts, and we do discuss some of the benefits of using podcasts in teaching and learning, and for even your own personal presence, social presence. You could actually start sharing everyday 5 minutes tips. Just now you mentioned, Dr. Sufyan, your own subject. I forget the name of the subject you want. What you were saying that, where you have a lot of text, visual, right?
Biomedical sciences in general.
Biomedical science, yeah. So you can actually have episodes in biomedical sciences, tips, sharing the tips. So you can open a visual in front of you and start elaborating. And you could ask them, okay, open page number this on book so so, and and they could have the image in front, but they could listen to your podcasts, right? So that's just benefits, and I yet to get answer of Kivan's innovative questions. If we could do live podcasts with multiple, creators, that is very good question. And let me post this to Anchor technical team, and let's see if they address this. That would be a great hit. And any final wording, Dr. Sufyan, before we end our broadcast? So, Kivan,
Well, Hussein, as usual, a big thank you, and thank you for your ability to really gather the academic minds around yourself. You've been doing a great job, and I believe that you're already a guru in digital education and engagement, and more academic minds would be attracted to you and your ideology.
yeah, I do appreciate all of you, those who are joining my sessions, and that's a great help to humanity, I would say. Just imagine how many people you see now on Eyeball. I have 22 people who are watching or who have been watched and left. But once we will end this broadcast, there will be more than three times people more watching replay. So thanks for all of you, those who join my broadcast and those who will be watching replay of our broadcast. And thanks, Kiwan, for sharing it on LinkedIn. And that was a great hit. And I would just ask everybody to share if you like this. And I got a very good feedback this morning. Someone actually emailed me, I think one of your ex-colleague, and he really enjoyed the Slido session we had, and he was saying, "Oh, great podcast broadcast," and I would actually really thanks everybody, and hope to see you all in next session next week. Okay. Meantime, I will be doing live broadcasts on different things. Hopefully, the weather is nice. I may go to park and do some live broadcast there. Okay. So let me play the ending music and stay safe wherever you are. And let me end my broadcast with that music, right? Countdown.